Player of the Year in the state of Oklahoma. Yet he was not heavily recruited. He was the MVP of the state title game for Union High School and has found a home in Malibu, and Wilson's certainly happy to have him.
That's what the strength of Marty Wilson is. He's able to find guys that others overlook, change the culture in Malibu.
We want you to dig in individually, pull guys, hey, let's dig in, let's get this done, and we want to lock in to whatever the task is.
There comes a time in one man's life where he is either built or broken, structured or scarred, intimidated or inspired.
I was never the best person whenever I was growing up. I wanted to start taking it really seriously. I was like, you know, Mom, and she was like, you gotta get a scholarship. If you're gonna go to college, you gotta get a scholarship.
After only 2 years to showcase his talent, Shawn landed himself on the Super 5 team of Oklahoma, recognizing him as one of the best basketball players in the state. However, Division I schools didn't seem to agree.
They would ask, you know, is Shawn Olden, you know, can he play Division I?
He had a lot of doubters in high school. Like a lot of kids, like he's good, but he's not going anywhere.
Should he be that cocky since he doesn't have any Division I offers or any offers at all?
I would have snapped like that, but Shawn held it in, and he's just like, play through God, I'm gonna show you guys what I can do.
But the letters never came. The coaches never showed up. But Shawn refused to give up hope.
Don't lose faith, don't lose faith. You know, you have to stay strong, you have to believe in God.
I think that's one of the things that makes Shawn so successful. It drives him, it really fuels him, is that he feels like he has been overlooked, and he plays with that chip on his shoulder.
Nobody said anything about me. I didn't get recruited by, you know, not really anyone. Obviously, I wasn't good enough for anybody. So it made me mad a little bit, so it just, every day, every game, I had to go out there and I had to prove. And I just had to prove people wrong.
But basketball couldn't consume his whole focus. With his father in and out of prison, Shawn was forced to step up for his family in a role that would forever change him.
For me, it was tough. You know, I was supposed to be the kid to my mom, but I helped out like I was the male, because I was the male of the house, and then, you know, trying to play the father figure for my brother. You know, being a good role model.
Shawn faced adversity with his family and everything, and I think that was a really big growing process to what he is now.
I didn't want to, but it wasn't like a want type thing. You know, I knew I needed to, and it all came so fast and happened so quickly that he didn't really have time to really answer. It was just like, okay, that's what it has to be. That's what has to be done.
Shawn stepped up really well with his brother. Like, he'd be late to practice. He didn't have a ride. Shawn would run to practice late, show up with his little brother would just be there in practice.
Trevor looked up to Shawn, and when Shawn said something, hey Trevor, no, don't do this. Okay, sorry Shawn. I was like, wow, this is powerful.
That made him grow up really quickly and just like be a bigger man, and that transferred over to how he played his game.
With the absence of Shawn's father, he looked to his grandpa to pave the way and show him how to succeed.
Having heart, that was his biggest thing. He's like, Shawn, if you want to do anything, he was like, if you can put your heart into it, never give up, and have faith in God, you'll always get it.
But after a long battle with Alzheimer's, Shawn's grandfather passed away, leaving him with a fire in his heart to reach the goals he had once set.
I think about him every day. There's not a day that goes by that I don't think about him and just pray, and I know he's watching over me. And so I really wanted to you know, make my family proud, carry on that name, and I was like, I have to get better.
But as the window for signing a national letter of intent ran out, junior college was the route Shawn had accepted, until his best friend refused to see his potential shelved.
The first time that I heard about Shawn Olden was an afternoon in April 2014, sitting at my desk. Our entire staff actually got a mass email.
Well, we first got an email from Josh Davis, who's on the baseball team, or who had signed with the baseball team at the time. And we got an email from his dad.
I had signed my letter to go to Pepperdine very early. So me and my dad, we were sitting there talking one day. We were going over like our highlights. It was like, Shawn had a really good game. And I was like, you know what? I don't get why people not recruit him. What about Pepperdine basketball? Like, what do you think they'll think of Shawn? Like, they have to like Shawn.
The heading of the email said, "My son is coming to Pepperdine University to play baseball." And that got my attention. It made me pause.
Josh and Shawn were on the same basketball team as well. And he just rant and raved about him. Hey, I think this kid's been overlooked, and I think he'd be a great fit for Shawn.
And as timing would have it, Shawn received a phone call that would change his life forever.
I got a call, and it was from Mr. Davis. He said, I just got off the phone with Coach Moore from Pepperdine University.
I knew that the secret wasn't gonna, be kept quiet very long. And so I had to be really aggressive.
From that first phone call, he learned a lot about me, and I was honest with him. You guys are my only Division I school right now.
There are instances of people that are overlooked, that weren't the first choice. I think Shawn is truly one of those instances.
I need this, and I knew it was all or nothing on this.
Time frame was closing in terms of when we can be out. I said, hey, I need to get there as soon as possible. This is what we need. I offered him a scholarship right on the spot, and it was the only Division I scholarship offer.
Right, whenever me and my mom heard those words, it was kind of like, simultaneously.
They both broke down in tears.
It was wild. I'd relive it every day if I could.
He was a late signee. We mentioned the only scholarship offer was Pepperdine.
No one really believed in him. And then it takes that one team, that one program to believe in him, and he becomes a star.
We had my little brother say it. He was like, we're going to be waves.
There's a silver lining at the end. Okay, I'm going to get through this.
All smiles from the freshman from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Real smooth game. The newcomer making the most impact this year on this Pepperdine team.
This is a guy who plays hard. He plays hard on both ends of the court. He's unselfish. That's a big part, and he's open to anything, to listen to anybody. He respects all of us.
Shawn will find a way to blend. He'll find a way to connect with you, and it's a unique quality.
He's going to be successful no matter what.
Shawn Olden, youngster, having quite a night.
This Olden cat has come to play tonight.
I wouldn't change anything. All the things that I went through, growing up, not being the best on the team until about junior, senior year, being under-recruited, not having any Division I offers but this one, I wouldn't change it at all, because I know God did it. He did it all for me. He did that. He made sure that I didn't have to make a choice. He basically put me here by this being my only Division I offer, but also being the perfect place for me.